foot fetishes, camp, quarterback comparisons, and some defensive stats from a ranking that just came out that might surprise some people. All that and more. Raiders Unleashed.
The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song, he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. His face is weather-beaten. He wears a hooded sash. With a silver hat about his head and a bristling black mustache. He growls as he storms the country, a villain big and bold. And the trees all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
Raiders.
Hey, that fire still burns bright here in Las Vegas.
And one future.
Poise.
Talk about commitment to excellence. Just win, baby. Once a Raider, always a Raider. You walk in this building, you can feel it.
It starts with our DNA. Ill intent. Physicality.
7 memorable decades. 30 Pro Football Hall of Famers. 25 postseason victories. 5 AFL and AFC championships. And 3 Super Bowl titles.
With 3 more
Though
coming.
Names, faces, and locations have changed. One constant remains: the unyielding will to win.
O'Connell under center. Gets the snap. 7-step drop. Eyes. Takes the shot. Deep down the field. He's got a man open. It's Tucker in stride at the 20. 11 seconds to go. Shotgun to O'Connell. Backpedaling. Lobbing to the end zone. Trying to get Adams. Makes the grab. Touchdown Raiders. O'Connell looking to throw on 2nd and long. Pressure up the middle. He's backpedaling. He finds Hooper at the 50. Cuts to the middle. 45-40. Hooper running with Surtain. And he's spun down at the 31. 1st and 10 on the 33. Pump fakes to the left. Takes a shot. Deep down the left sideline. Open man at the 5 is Myers. Catches. Walks in. Touchdown Raiders. And the final play of the 2023 season is the victory formation.
And I forgot to turn on. Yeah, I got it. Sorry, I was choking still. And I forgot to hit the audio button. So yeah, man, what's good? Welcome everybody in the building. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, that's what happens when you smoke trees before the live. I turned it off and forgot to turn it back on. But yeah, man, so some interesting things going on. I know most of y'all probably heard and seen the rumors about I know y'all see me doing that for no reason. The tickling the foot thing. There's been rumors around the Las Vegas Raiders locker room that Christian Wilkins was told not once, not twice, but 3 times to stop tickling a grown man's feet. Now, we know it's all horseplay and fun and games in there, but I think that's just crossing the line. When you're touching another grown man and he tells you he don't want to be touched, that could be a problem. So, again, this is all speculation, rumors, and hearsay. So, instead of tickling that noti button to turn it on, which all of y'all should have already done, right? So, get notified when I go live in 30 minutes. Appreciate y'all dropping in on short notice. But, yeah, man, what do y'all think about this shit? I was going to pull up a video, but again, I didn't. I thought I had it ready, and it wasn't quite ready. I needed a little bit more editing. So, I will pull it up tomorrow, or I might just not pull it up at all. I'm sure y'all already seen it. Of Christian Wilkins grabbing another man's junk on the football field. If y'all haven't seen the video, it should be very easy to find. If not, let me know. But with that being said, and the songs being sung, and the tickling of grown man feet, is there some Diddy shit going on over here we don't know about? I mean, that just seems wild to me. Why would you be touching anybody's feet, let alone a grown man's feet? Stinky, sweaty feet in the locker room after practice? That just gives me I don't know. I don't understand. But that's the rumors. That's the speculations. That was the big news and the big thing going around. Everybody was wondering, what led to Christian Wilkins being cut? Was it filing grievance? Was it the video that surfaced? And I have to say, I think it was all the above. Now, I find it interesting that we've seen press conferences, right, from a lot of players, from coaches. Why the hell can you see through me? What the fuck? Yo. Y'all see that? Look, that's the background, bro. You see it? You see the Raiders shit? See it right? How the hell is the camera going through me, bro? I'm invisible? What the fuck? Whoa. Okay, stop the live. That is... Dude, I'm a ghost. Now, I know I've been close to death 3 times. And 2 of them, I thought I really died. Did I really? Because, damn, bro. According to this camera, there is no me. There is... Look. Dude, what the hell is going on? All right, that's wild. I gotta fix this. I need to turn on overlays. That's way too big. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. I got to y'all at the beginning, but you didn't have no audio. So my guy LVR, Geo Mex was good. Joanna, appreciate you. Grim dropping in. Man, Unleashed Raider was good. Was good. How y'all feeling? Let me know what y'all think about. I know, but how does it go through me, though? Through me. There's a body behind this shirt. What the fuck? I don't know. That's crazy, bro. We in the Matrix for sure, dude. If anybody thought we weren't a glitch, this is living proof right here, bro. I am literally, look, I'll put it on my face. Does it work like that? Can you see my face? Wait, I can't see what it said. Hello? Can y'all see me? Dude, what in the hell is going on? That's wild. All right. No more goofing around. Chiefs fan, what's good? What's good? But yeah, so, we all seen the video surfaced, and maybe there's some things they didn't want to tell us. We heard, other people talk about there was some weirdness going on. We've seen the stories on X. Nobody really knew what it was. Now it kind of comes out. But could there be more to the story? And also, my thumbnail for yesterday. I had to end the live because I didn't know what the hell was going on. You know, old man audio problems, camera problems. And some reason my camera just shut completely off, but it was still on. And I don't know what happened. So let's get into that real quick. The thumbnail yesterday was the New England Patriots could be taking a flyer on Christian Wilkins. Mike Vrabel has come out and said he's talked to the Patriots. They're talking about it. If everything flies, if the doctors, you know, everything good and okay, they are willing to bring him in for a visit. That's another Las Vegas Raider going to the Patriots. Now, for the last 3 years, Raider Nation has complained and bitched about the Patriot, you know, the Raider way becoming the Patriot way. They've called it the Patriot way. We've seen the signs. We've seen all the shit going on from all the Patriots we've, you know, signed, coaches we've signed. And now they're taking all our players. What is going on? So that could be crazy. Week 1 to see Christian Wilkins in a New England uniform playing football. Let me know in the chat how you would feel about that. How would you feel about seeing Christian Wilkins week 1 playing for another team when he was on the PUP list, what, 4 or 5 days ago for us? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Let's get into this chat shit real quick. Had pink waving hands. What? I am Candy's good friend, Rebel my friend. What's good? What's good? Appreciate you. Balaban? What's your name? Appreciate you dropping in, my guy. Showing love to the channel. Appreciate it. LVR, I know you always got something good to say. I heard apparently that was also... what? A woman signer? Apparently hit another player's girl, not knowing it was another player's girl? Okay, I didn't hear nothing about that, but that's going too far, bro. That's what I mean. For one, why are you putting your hands on a woman as a grown man, bro? Especially a grown man that's over 300 pounds. I don't know. I don't want to speak on that. I don't know too much, but right? Yesterday's news, but you still got to know why, right? It's, you know, at least I feel like I have to know why. I mean, 1 minute he's on the PUP list, you know, could be back in the beginning of the season. They hid all the injury, the second injury, until the last minute. So, you know, as a fan of the team, that hurt us, right? It hurt us money wise. It hurt us having another player that could have been here, you know, practicing with the team last year, shit, or 5 months ago when they filed grievance. So, yeah, wild to me, absolutely wild. No, it's a coloration of your matching on the green screen. I don't know what it is, but it's absolutely wild that there's no body and it goes through me. How the hell? Well, yeah, that's wild though. My guy Chiefs fan, what's good? Vrabel likes his feet tickled. Shout out to you, my guy. Shit. Hey, maybe he does. Maybe Patty Mahomes might be into some freaky shit like that too. You never know. It would be, right? It would be a perfect fit over there with Dick Daniels. That's wild, bro. That's wild. No, hitting a woman. Oh, hitting on a woman. Oh, okay. They said womanizer. I was like, damn. But still, you're hitting on somebody else's girl on the team? That's no bueno. That's no bueno. Damn. They can have him. Should have traded him for 2 footballs with air and a Gatorade jugs. I don't know if we need any more footballs, but I get your point. Yeah, that's wild, bro. That's there's still not, I mean, if he's healthy or partially healthy, he's still an animal, and that's still going to be a big problem if he's on that team week 1. If he does join the team, at least be after week 1, right? So you can deal with the rest of the AFC West has to deal with him, and we don't have to. Yeah, I got it. Asking her out. My bad. Rebel Raider recruiting, did he? I ain't recruiting nobody, bro. Ain't recruiting nobody. He does all the recruiting he needs to, but I'm just saying, all that seems just a little sus to me, right? I mean, why would you grab another grown man's nuts on a football field in front of people? Like, and purposely. If y'all haven't seen the video, go watch. I mean, there's getting into somebody's head, and then there's getting in somebody's head. That's a good way to get somebody ejected. Like, I don't know. That's wild shit, bro. Wild shit. Wasn't Wilkins a McDaniel hire? Oh, no, he was Telesco. Raider Minutes, what's good? What's good? Appreciate y'all. Yeah, man, so Camp news. Standouts. Y'all are not going to believe this. Take a guess. It's the whole fucking team, bro. It is literally the whole team. There is no really standouts. Everybody, top to bottom, is looking damn good. The offensive line, you know, is doing their job with no pads on. And we talked about that last year. You know, the defense was dominating the offense and everybody was worried. Oh, the quarterbacks are throwing all kinds of picks. You know, every day we heard, damn, there was 3 picks, 4 picks. The defense was eating, right, all last year. And then the injury bug struck. This year, we're not hearing that same thing, right? You hear the defense, you know, did good. But then Chip Kelly and Gino come right back, right? The next day, it's the offense. So I love to see that. I love the back and forth. But really, standouts is everybody, man. Isaiah Powell still killing it. Landon Roberts looking good. Jonah Lalu is out there impressing. You know, a guy that I've been continuously talking about. This guy he's going to be something for us, man. He's definitely going to be a standout. Is that better? You know, the technique's getting better. You hear the coaches talk about him. If you didn't watch the interview with Patrick Graham today, go back and watch that interview with Patrick Graham. When they asked about Jonah Lalu, the dude's eyes lit up like bigger than I ever seen, bro. Like, dude had frog eyes. They were huge. So the smile on his face, it means something. It says something to me, right? He talked about his progress, his work ethic, getting better, you know, that 1% every day. Man, this defense is it's gonna be special if these young guys put it together. They talked about Tyree Wilson again. Tyree Wilson out there Saturday and Sunday. And I want to say something, because, you know, I admit when I'm wrong. I said the pads were coming on Wednesday. It had to be 5 days, right? Which it has to be 5 days is all true. I had no idea that these guys were going to be out there grinding, putting in work Saturday and Sunday. So I didn't look at the schedule, the practice schedule. I just assumed that they were off Saturday and Sunday. And maybe I wasn't the only one. I don't know. Maybe I was the only one. But however, I had no idea that they were working yesterday until yesterday. And I didn't know they were going to work, you know, put in work again today. So dudes have been out there grinding, man. This team is putting in work. The fans have been showing out. Again, I will be out in Vegas. Well, not in Vegas, but Arizona, close to Vegas, the 10th through the 14th. And they have open practice every one of those days. I got to get to one. If I don't, I am a failure in life. Like, that's my attitude for the next till I don't make it, which is going to be hard, man, because there's kids going out there, family reunion stuff, kids that have never met, grandkids, cousins. But God, I got to make it to that game. I got to make it to one practice. I like what I see on film, right? There's a lot of people. Go check them out. Y'all should already know who they are. If you don't know who they are and you want to see me, you know, break down some of the shit they're putting out, clip it, highlight it, talk about it, let me know. Let me know in the chat. Let me know. Emails, YouTube, X, something on here. What do I do about betting? What do you mean, what do I do? I bet. I bet. I'm trying to get people into fantasy football. I don't talk about it every day. I keep forgetting. And I'm not going to set it up if I don't get enough people, right? So I don't even know how many I need. I think it's 6. I thought it was 12. I guess I was wrong. I think it's only 6 people. Maybe we'll do 2 leagues. I don't know. But if anybody wants to join, Fantasy Football League, $25 buy-in. It's not a lot, right? $25 buy-in. You win the whole pot except for $100. Goes to second place, third place. Get some kind of Unleashed merch. I don't know what it'll be. The draft bets. What? What are you talking about? I'm lost. What are you talking about, Grim? What are you talking about? And I mean, I don't know about draft bets, but we could bet on shit, pretty much anything. Rick Rock, what's good? What's good? My guy says, yo, brother, Raiders Rebel, and salute to the Silver and Black Nation family. We getting silver. I'm running out of black. It wasn't always black. It was kind of red anyways to begin with, but yeah, man. So, I mean, let me know what you're talking about the betting. I bet, you know, try to bet throughout the season. We can set up something on here, you know, between us, between y'all, however you want to do. I don't know. If you're talking about the draft next year, we'll get something on that too. It was on one of your streams. He was going to do a contest on draft or something like that. Fuck, I don't know. I have so much shit I was gonna do. What was I gonna do, man? Hold on, it'll come to me. Give me a second. I know what you're talking about. I don't remember what it was for though. And I feel like a dumbass because I won tickets to the Raiders practice this year. And I told him to give him to somebody else. And I could have given away on the channel like a dumbass. I didn't even think about it. I was like, man, I can't make it. Can y'all just pass him on to somebody else? Unleashed Raider with the $10 smacker. That was trippy about your shirt, Rebel. Right? It's tripping me out. I keep looking down here instead of over there because I'm like, bro, I feel like a ghost. I feel like a ghost. Yeah, man, look and see which one. I did say I was going to do a giveaway at 2,000. Of a shirt of your choice. It could be Raiders Unleashed merch, or it could just be something that, you know, I have that I'm working on, trying to put out. I got some things coming up. I did post some things a little while back on the community page, but I deleted it because nobody commented, nobody said shit, so I didn't leave it up. But yeah, definitely got some fly ass merch in the process, in the works. But we got to pull some strings and we got to do some shit to get it all up. Unleashed Raider, shout out again. Appreciate you. Always showing love to the channel. Boo this man. What man are we booing? Don't boo me. Don't boo me. So, yeah. We have fantasy coming out. If anybody wants to know, anything about fantasy, DM me at RaidersRebel on Instagram. You can hit me up on the messages after a video on here. You can hit me up on the community post on a message on there. Either way, any way you want to hit me up. If y'all want in, let me know. I think I had one person so far said they was down for $25. It was Grim, right? I think. I have it wrote down. Yeah, look it up, hit me up on Discord. But I had, I was trying to get to 2,000 before the season, and I was going to do a giveaway. And I did have a contest that was going on a while back, but I think that was for preseason tickets or for practice tickets last year. I don't know. So, yeah, man, camp has been absolutely wild, right? There's a lot of people that are panicking. There's a lot of people that have been panicking because JPJ has been taking second string snaps at center. But I feel like that's great. We talked about it a little bit yesterday. That's a damn good thing. You want your backup quarterback and your starting center, to have reps together. And you also want your backup center to have reps with your starting quarterback. So I think this is huge. A lot of people are saying what's going on. Is Meredith looking better than JPJ? That's not the case at all. They just want to get these guys acclimated to each other and have them on the same page, right? Because it is the NFL, and you never know what's going to happen, when it's going to happen. It's not if, it's when somebody gets injured in this business, right? Guys are, 300, close to 300-pound guys running 4.4s and 4.5s, smacking into each other. You're bound to have some kind of physical injury. So they're just being prepared, right? No panic over there, no panic over there. But I do want to talk about something, and I do want to pull it up. That's what I was doing about the tickets. Wait, what? All right, let me read the rest of these before I start off. It sucks, but I will join. Don't even know how to start. Join what? The fantasy shit? Just DM me. All you gotta do is DM me. DM me, tell me you're in. When I get it all set up, you send me the $25 on what the fuck did I have it set up on? What the hell is that shit called? Venmo. Yeah, you send the $25 on Venmo. It stays in there. I don't use the account for anything else. It's only for YouTube. And then I just got to work out, if this is what you're talking about, I just got to work out if you lose your out situation, or, try to make it quick, or do we want it to go through the season? Do we want it to have, it depends. So y'all get with me. If y'all get with me, and everybody that wants to get in, again, I will know more information. I will do my homework tonight. I will find out for tomorrow how many people I can have on a team, how many teams I can set up, and we'll do it that way. And then once I find out whoever wants to be in, I will set up a Zoom call or whatever. If y'all don't want to be on camera, I will give you my personal number. You can DM me, however you want to do it, man. I'm not scared to, to give y'all my shit, communicate to y'all. I don't think none of y'all are trolls. I hope not. But so yeah, that's how that'll work, man. If you want in, just let me know. At the bottom, see that shit going across the bottom? It's got everything on there. If you click on the description, it's got everything in there. You can hit me up on X. You can hit me up on pretty much anything. Oh, that's what you was booing about, was the ticket thing? Yeah, I mean, they're $5, right? It's not, I mean, it was 2 tickets, $5 a piece for whenever day they're doing it, the second or whatever at Allegiant Stadium. And it would, it probably would have been very smart and got more people in here to give them away. But they gave them to a Raiders fan. Don't worry. It just wasn't you, my guy. I'm sorry. If it'll make you feel better, I will buy you 2 tickets if they're still left. My guy Rick. What else we got? Don't have any social medias though. Raider Menace. What is? Nobody has social media? All right. I'll figure out another way. Message. That's not gonna work either. Fuck. I'll figure it out, man. I'll set up a. Here, I'll do this. I'll set up a post on the community page. Duh. Brilliant. See, it just takes me a while sometimes. I'll set up a post on the community page, and everybody could just hit me up on there, right? I know you have YouTube because you're on here watching me, so all you gotta do is go to my channel, go to the community post, and there will be something there. I don't know what, but there will be something there. You can comment if you're in or not, and we'll go from there. That way, if you don't have social media, everybody just let me know. When we get to the amount, which we will know the amount tomorrow. I'm horrible at this. I've played in a lot of football leagues, but I never set any up because I don't know. Just never really had time to do that shit. And I don't know how I'm going to find time to do this. Y'all going to probably smoke me. But yeah, we'll go from there. It's also Aiden is pushing for the QB1. It's Gino's job to lose, but Aiden is pushing for that spot. Aiden is 5-1, as Gino is 5-3 in touchdowns in camp so far. You know, that means a lot, but it means a little, right? We know. We all know. I want Aiden to play, man. I didn't want him to draft Gino. Nothing against Gino. I just wanted Aiden to get his shot. But Gino's going to help us win, right? He can do so many things that Aiden can't do. He's fast. He's mobile. He's not like Bambi on ice trying to run. And I know Aiden's getting better, but it's still not good enough, right? And Gino is. But there's things that Gino does that Aiden does better, right? That I feel. Like pre-snap read. Like decisiveness. Like going through his progressions. Shit like that. Maybe not better, but, you know, up there. So it is what it is. And with Pete Carroll being in the building, you're not getting Gino out of that starting job. Like I said, if Aiden OConnell goes all through camp and preseason, and y'all can click this, clip it, whatever. If Aiden OConnell, the cerebral assassin, y'all know how I feel about this kid. I feel like he has the potential to be a starter, not just a backup like everybody projects. But he needs that opportunity. A lot of people say he's got it. I totally disagree. If he had it this year, then yeah, you would say he got his opportunity. If he started this year and failed, then you could say, yeah, okay, this dude ain't it. However, I don't think that's the situation. But if Aiden OConnell goes out there and has a Tom Brady-like, you know, year just in the preseason, it's still not going to do him any good. It's just going to give the team more confidence, the coaches more confidence, that if Gino does struggle, or if something does happen to Gino, or if he's not 110%, or they feel like, you know, damn, maybe this wasn't the right decision somewhere down the line, they know they can go to Aiden OConnell. That's the only way that's going to happen. The connection between Pete Carroll and Gino Smith is just too tight. And like I said, it scares me a little, but it's a good thing, right? You want your quarterback connection and your head coach, you know, to be locked in, right? You want these guys to know each other, to know what to know what he's thinking without even having to say a word. And I love the fact that Aiden's getting better. I love the fact that people are starting to recognize that, you know, this kid has the potential to be a quarterback. And I just hope that not other teams recognize it that need quarterbacks and be like, man, let us get that Aiden OConnell kid from you. Because I feel like that's going to be a problem. Having Cam Miller as the backup if something happens to Gino does not set me at ease at all, right? That scares the shit out of me. Having Aiden OConnell, bro, I'm not worried as much as every other year when, you know, Derek Carr got hurt anything happened. You got banged up, was out for one play. Everybody was holding their breath, whether you hated Derek Carr or you loved Derek Carr. So, in my opinion, Aiden O'Connell is not going to play unless he has to. Now, again, no matter how great it is out there, unless Gino is just completely ass and keeps throwing, interceptions, but you have the same problem this year as you had last year. Max Crosby, JPJ, the entire fucking Raider football team believes in Gino Smith. They believe Gino's that guy. They believe Gino can get it done. Max Crosby's talked about it. Everybody's talked about how, Gino throws a perfect ball. Gino this, Gino that. They are bought in to Gino Smith. There's no way they're going to start Aiden O'Connell no matter what he does, because the team is already believing that Gino is going to take us to the promised land. And I got to wait and see. But I hope to God he does. I found the video. I'm watching it now. Sweet. Yeah, clip it and send it to me. And we will get that done, because I probably forgot about it. Fuck knows. I found the video. I found the part about the bet. Sweet. You just send it to me on Discord. Nice. Let's see what this is. Sorry, yo. I'm trying to find this. It's not letting me play it. All right, I have to look at that. I'll write it down. I'll make sure. I'll get my little handy dandy notebook. Look, I have it right here this time. I was prepared a little bit today, except I don't have a pen. But I will write it down. I will look at it. I know where it's at. I'll get it together. I could page you. Don't put it in the chat, bro. Don't put it in the chat. But if you want me to remember how to type hello and shit on there. Come on, man. Don't put my age out there. It's already enough. That's funny shit. Oh Lord. Gino was paid Christian Wilkins money. He better show up and play hard. God. This is what scares me, man. This is what scares me. Raiders history is what scares me. Raiders history. Look at everybody we've brought in and paid a bunch of money to. And I don't want to jinx us, man. I don't want to put that out there. I've been trying not to talk about it, and I'm not going to go in depth. That's all I'm going to say. Everybody's all over X. Can we just have one player that helps this team? I mean, some people forget about Rich Gannon, right? Some people forget about Jerry Rice coming in. It wasn't a bunch of years, but guys like Lyle Alzado, guys like Bill Romanowski. I mean, we've had some free agents over the couple years that have come in and helped this team and made a big impact. Charlie Garner, right? I mean, that could go on and on and on days for guys that have helped this team. But the list seems to be a lot bigger for big name guys that we sign that shit the bed. And all over the field. I mean, the locker room, the field, outside the locker room. It's a problem. And I hope they got it right. That's all I can say is I hope they got it right, man. I hope they got it right. I've talked about Gino enough that I want to throw up. I'm tired of talking about him. I just want to see what he can do on the damn football field. And I hope it's good, man. I hope it's good. But, yeah, I mean, it's an understatement, right? You make that kind of money, $66 million guaranteed. You can't have 21 touchdowns, 15 interceptions, and 9 fumbles. I've said this enough till I want to throw up too. You can't. So the pressure is on Gino, and it sucks because when the pressure is on Gino, it hasn't been good through his career, man. And I'm just stating facts. It's nothing against Gino. I hope to God he's greater than Tom Brady, right? Because I want to win. I don't give a fuck who is the quarterback. Put Cam Miller out there. If he wins his games, shit, put Pete Carroll in. He seems to be 70 years old, could still sling the rock. So it doesn't matter. I just don't want him to be Christian Wilkins. I just don't want him to be Jamarcus Russell. I just don't want him to be Antonio Brown. I just don't. I can't handle it, bro. I'll lose my flipping mind. I'll lose my mind. So I'm going to root for Gino until I can't root for Gino no more. I'm going to root for Aiden until I can't root for Aiden no more. Tyree Wilson, Zamir White, Sincere McCormick, everybody that nobody roots for, I'm going to root for until I can't, until they're gone, right? Because I want to win, dude. I'm tired of losing, man. I'm tired of this shit. So I know I give Gino shit. I know I give him a lot of shit, but there's a reason. There's a reason. If you look at Phil Simms' breakdown, he's got him at 24th in the NFL. 24th. Go back and watch the live I did. We broke down every quarterback. The hell was the name of the live? See, I don't even know. I can't even remember. But it says it somewhere in the live or the title. I'm sure, bro. Oh, I'm horrible at this shit. But man, I broke it down. We talked about it, right? The quarterbacks on paper, touchdown to interception ratio, right? That was better than Gino. I was a lot more lenient than Phil Simms, who said he's 23rd and Sam Darnold is 24th. That was a rough. And if you don't believe me, go watch Phil Simms' breakdown of the 2025 quarterbacks and where they stand. So if a guy like Phil Simms, who's not right all the time, but he has hit on a lot of quarterbacks out of the draft lately. He has hit on a lot of guys like Sam Darnold going to Minnesota and being good. And that shit gives me nightmares. Gives me nightmares, bro. He can't be worse than Matt Flynn. That's the thing, though. Matt Flynn wasn't really that bad for Seattle. It was just that Russell Wilson was that much better. And I just don't see any scenario, unless Aiden OConnell gets balance, athleticism overnight, where he's better than Gino Smith. I just don't see that. And again, I ain't got to say, Aiden OConnell, but please, Gino, just please live up to your shit, man. Every time I hear he threw an interception in practice, I get like, look at that shit, bro. It's almost all gray over the last couple days. The other day, my shit was not even gray. This football season is turning me gray, and it hasn't even started yet. So please stop throwing interceptions, man. Get it together. I hope to God our defense is really that good. And speaking of that, man, I'm going to get to the chat in a minute. I hope y'all are going crazy. Your live stream was amazing, Candy, my friend. Oh, nice. You're talking to Candy. Gift him 5 memberships. All right, who's part of the family? East Coast Gridiron. None of these people are probably in the building. Naughty Nurse Studio. Weird. Welcome to the family. I know you're not here. Protect the Shield podcast. Welcome to the family. I know you're not here. Where's the other 2? Why is it only showing? Oh, afterwards. And Grim, my guy. Welcome to the Raider Unleashed family. Nice. Well, we have new members. Hopefully they show up. My guy Ray received a membership. I thought it was only 5. Now it's still going crazy. Welcome to the family. All right, man. What do we got? Rebel, you signed my boy Metcalf. He's a force by himself. He is, and I was hoping, he would have stayed. Didn't we have him before? I don't know. I've always liked Metcalf, bro. I always liked him. But doesn't he run a lot of kick and punt returns also? Which could not be a good sign for one of my boys over there. Not a good sign. He can't be worse than Matt Flynn. I think I got that. Showing support to the channel. Always, man. Always. You are on fire. My #1 supporter. I appreciate you. Going pretty good. Enjoying the chat. Nice, nice. I really believe Gino Smith will look like a rock star or Chip Kelly leading the way. I agree. I think all the cards are lined up, right? It's, everything's on the table for Gino Smith to have the greatest year he's ever had. And if you missed my predictions on how many touchdowns the Raiders were going to score, I had Gino throwing 42 touchdowns. And I know that's a lot. But if you'd see where's my 12-5 shit at? I gotta change my background again. Damn it. But, however, no, if you see my rating, 12-5, you're probably going to have 42 touchdowns. And I know you're saying that's an awful lot. Gino's highest he's ever had is 33 touchdowns in his career. But when has he ever had two guys running 4.3 40s? Three guys. Don't forget Tommy Millott. Running. The fuck was that, bro? Get out of here. Bitch. Guys running, in the 4.3s, man. And then you have an Ashton Genty, the best running back he's ever had since he's been in the NFL that I can remember. The best tight end he's ever had. Anybody's ever had in Brock Bowers. I mean, the weapons are there. We know the weapons for Gino. What we don't know is how good the offensive line is going to be. Will they hold up? Will they keep Gino supported and not under pressure? And like I was saying, a little bit ago when I stopped talking about it, that is my major thing. Is Gino under pressure? It's not the best Gino, right? Gino is better when he has time to go through his progressions, pick people apart, find the open man, throw the deep ball, right? But to throw a deep ball, you have to have fast guys and you have to have an offensive line that gives you time for your receiver to get downfield, no matter how fast he is. It's going to take time, right? If you run a 4.3 40, if you're throwing a deep ball 40 yards down the field, it's 4 seconds. Do you really have 4 seconds as a quarterback? Obviously, you're going to have to throw the ball and lead them a little bit. However, under pressure, man, under pressure is when it all falls apart for Gino. If you look at his red zone stats, if you look at his interception to touchdown ratio, his fumbles, we're all under pressure. We heard Pete Carroll talk about it over and over and over and over again in every interview, and Chip Kelly. You have to take the pressure off the quarterback. How do you do that? You have great tight ends, Brock Bowers, Michael Mayer. You have great receivers. Not great yet, but potentially. We have one, Jacoby Myers, is a great receiver in my opinion. The others have a lot of potential to be up there with some of the, big name receivers that we've had on the Las Vegas Raiders, which hasn't been a lot that we've drafted. Go back and look at the history. It's sad, bro. The more I start to research things that I never researched until I became a content creator, God, it hurts being a Raiders fan, man. But it's getting better. It's getting better. So, Gino, when he has time, it's going to be nasty, and I think our offensive line is going to give him that, from the jump. And if that's the case, then he's going to do work. How much work? That is the question, right? As long as you're not forcing it, as long as you're not trying to play hero ball, we're good. And, another thing Gino scared me. He said he feels bad when he can't get Brock Bowers the ball. Please don't think like that. Please get that out of your head. If he's open, throw it to him. But don't feel like you have to throw Brock Bowers the ball because he's Brock Bowers. Because if that's the case, that's when turnovers happen, right? That's when bad things go, good things go bad. When you're like, man, I have to get this guy the ball because he hasn't touched it in the last 10, 15 plays, right? And he's our guy. If it's working, man, just go with it. No forcing. And I think we'll be fine. I'll get into some stats here in a minute. Gino threw a pick 6 to Lonnie Johnson, the 4th string safety in camp. Come on, LVR. Be nice. Be nice. Bueno, good to see you again, my guy. All the people, Lonnie Johnson. Look, Lonnie Johnson has been balling out there. I have Lonnie Johnson making this team because of special teams, but I feel like he's going to get on the grass and make plays. He's had, 3 interceptions, I do believe, since camp started. Like, Lonnie Johnson is balling out there, or the ball is coming to him. Either way, the man is making plays. And, if he's a healthy Lonnie Johnson, he was a former first-round pick that just needs the right coaching staff, the right players around him, the right team to believe in him. And I think he has that here. I think all the players have that here in Las Vegas. And it's going to make these guys scary. So, believe me, if Pete Carroll doesn't think Lonnie Johnson's cutting it, then he'll be down the road. Greg Brewer, what's good? What's good? All is well. Hope all is well with you. He's a wide receiver also. Yep. Oh, Rebel, I believe in you. I want to see you succeed. Appreciate you. ALC still has a long way to go to pursue for that starter position in the near future or furtherwise. I don't think he's that far off. I mean, when you look at his stats, and I've beat this like a dead horse. When you look at a quarterback stats that's only played 17 games as a starter, and out of those 17 games, he should be 7-0 when the Raiders run the ball for 100 yards or more. That's not team, bro. That's not all team. That's a quarterback running a team, right? I feel. So he's showed me way more progressions, way more shit than any man. Matter of fact, is this still on my phone or did I delete it? Give me 1 second. Fuck, we'll get to that in a minute. Also, please be on here. Son of a bitch. Hold up. It's on the other one. But yeah, man. I want to show you a little stat here. Okay, it's not on here. Well, fudge. I guess I'm not showing you the stat, but no, wait. Yep, not on here. Damn it. I don't know where everything goes, man. But yeah. I mean, sitting behind Gino for a year would be great. Most quarterbacks drafted in the first round start to put it all together in the third round. And, I hear all these people say that, Aiden OConnell couldn't be that guy. He's got a long way to go. He needs time. He has sat behind Jimmy Garoppolo, which is not the greatest, right? But he's a guy that's been to a Super Bowl, that's been to playoffs, that knows how to win, that knows how to get a team to win. He didn't do it for us, which is a horrible thing, right? He also sat behind Garner, learned what to do and what not to do. He also had a guy like Brian Hoyer, who's been in the NFL for 582 years. That's seen some things, right? Been on some things, knows some things. So he got to learn a lot from those guys. And now you get to sit behind Gino Smith and learn how to be a leader, right? Because none of those guys were really guys you want to lead in your locker room. At least I never wanted Jimmy Garoppolo or Gardner Minshew leading this team. I talk so much shit on Gardner Minshew. Like, I'm surprised the dude hasn't been knocking on my door already. But yeah, well, never guys I wanted on the team, obviously. So you have leadership in Gino, right? You have a coach that believes in you, that's already talking you up in Pete Carroll. So, Aiden, you know, to be a starter, you have to have a team built around you. And I don't think this team is built around them, right? It's built around Gino, who can run the RPO, which Aiden can run an RPO just fine. You know, it's built around a guy that could be a mobile quarterback, that can get out, that can throw on the run. Aiden can also, just not as well as Gino, and he's not as fast. So this team and this offense is going to be built around Gino Smith's strengths that are Aiden O'Connell's weaknesses. And I think that's a problem. So hopefully, if anything happens, you know, they have to change the offense a little bit. But yeah, man, I don't think this kid's far off. I think he just needs the opportunity. And the year 3, we're already seeing it in camp. And mark my words, in the preseason, everybody that's saying Aiden O'Connell is ass, they're going to be like, okay, maybe this kid can play football, right? Maybe he can play football. If you compare his numbers in his first 17 games to Tom Brady's first 17 games, Aiden O'Connell's got better numbers. That's to the GOAT Tom Brady. With 3 head coaches, 4 offensive coordinators, 50 different receivers, 18 different offensive linemen. Fucking, the list goes on and on, bro. So, you know, it is what it is, but I feel like this kid, man, if he gets another year, it might be, you know, might be too late, right? He's gonna going on 28, 29. So if he doesn't get to play this year, it's not gonna be good for him. It's gonna be horrible sitting and learning for a year, and somebody's gonna come scoop him up if he kills it in preseason. That's how I feel, which is gonna be horrible for us. Deep ball is more like 3 and 3.5 seconds, which is elite pass protection in the NFL, according to NextG Stats. That's what I'm saying. You don't get 4 seconds to throw the ball. You get, you know, 3.5, and that's a long time. Last year, Gino had 2.7 seconds, which was 3rd or 4th worst in the NFL time to throw the ball. I mean, that's a bad offense, right? Hopefully, our offense could do better than that. Those mosquitoes might get high. I don't know what the hell. That's a gigantic fly flying around me. Gigantic fly. I don't even know how he got in here. Germ209, what's good? First turn to the channel. What's up, nation? Hey, appreciate you stopping in, my guy. Thanks for popping in. I don't think you meant to skip it. What'd I skip? I don't know. Did I skip something from Candy? My bad. What else we got? Oh, it's hot as fucking here all of a sudden. The Seahawks are predicted to win against the... I'm going to kill that thing. To win against the Raiders with a predicted score of 28.9 to 23.5. Sports Betting Dime also suggests the Seahawks have a 64.4 chance of winning and are favored to cover by 4. You like my radio voice? Should I use that from now? Fuck them. Fuck that. And fuck that prediction. Seahawks will lose by 14. Write it down. Put it in a folder. Stick it somewhere. And put it as a receipt. Rebel said Seahawks lose by 14 plus 14 or more. Telling you, without our starters. Why? Because Aiden O'Connell's our quarterback. They have a pretty damn good backup too, that has been doing some crazy things in camp. Oh my goodness. We'll talk about Jalen Milroe later. Keep spamming it, Candy. He'll get to it then. What did I miss? I'm going back. Fuck. Made me cuss on the channel. I don't even see Candy in here. How long ago was that? Are you blocked? Bro, am I missing something? There is no Candy Angel in the chat. Alright, what's going on? Kudos, sweet leave. Good, thanks, Rebel. I don't think he meant to skip. No, I don't see Candy. I swear on everything, bro. I don't see Candy in here. I don't know what's going on. Aiden is slept on. He slept on a lot, man. He slept on. Rebel is in his zone at the moment. Bro, I'm sorry, Candy. I don't... Somehow you're blocked from my shit, so... Let me go to my phone, turn on my shit, and see if I see you in there. Because I don't know what's going on. But meanwhile, let me try to read this. All I'm hearing good news about DCAM, Jacorian Bennett, Porter, and Eric Stokes from different reporters. Our defensive backs look really, really good. Toasty Topic, shout out to you. Appreciate you dropping in. Stick around for a couple minutes if you're still in here, because I got to talk about something. Which is the thumbnail, right? We're an hour in. I probably should have got to it a little quicker. I apologize. Sorry, man. Candy's holding up the chat. All right, I'm going back. Bro, there's no Candy in here. Are y'all fucking with me? Are y'all playing with me? Because that ain't right. That is not right, bro. That is not right. Yeah, I have a couple people that have been going to the practice, checking out practices, and I have a couple people that, you know, are always there. And from what I hear, the defense as a whole is slept on. You know, a lot of people have said our defense is going to be worse than our offense, and our offense is going to carry this team. I just don't see it. I see us having a nasty... Why are you calling me? Hello? I don't know why it says she's in the chat, but she's not in here. Yeah, Eric Stokes, from what I hear, is looking really, really nice. He's looking healthy. He's looking like that, you know, former #1 pick that he was, that he's never lived up to. And I hope that's the case, man. I hope that's the case for him. I hope that's the case for all. I mean, how many former... Somebody find out. LVR, I know you will. How many former first-round picks do we have on this team right now? I think they brought in like 4, right? 4 or more. But yeah, shout out to Toasty Topics, man. I hear all of them are doing good too. Porter is surprising a lot of people. If y'all haven't seen the little short by the Raiders that they put out on Brock Bowers making a sweet ass catch against Darian Porter, he basically just took the ball right away from him. It was sweet as hell. So the good news was he was right there on his hip. Not Porter. I think it was DCAM, or maybe it was Porter. Fuck, I can't remember. But he was right there on his hip, and if he would have just got his head around, could have made an interception on a great play. But they went to Brock Bowers and the quarterback. So yeah, all these guys are killing it, and it's a new generation of football. AOC is not mobile, and he can't run worth of crap. Pocket quarterbacks are done. If that was the case, they wouldn't be going with Joe Flacco right now. If that was the case, you know, there wouldn't be guys. Well, I guess he don't really have a job, but you know, there wouldn't be guys like Aaron Rodgers still getting signed to teams. So I don't feel like they're done. I feel like you just got to have the offensive line and, you know, guys that can run play action. You got to have a solid running game, and we have that. And then you have to have the right blocking scheme, right? You have to be able to block in the pass and in the run for a pocket passer, you know, to succeed. And I feel like Aiden OConnell, he had positive yards last year, actually. He had actually positive yards. He was up there in the top quarterbacks for rushing yards because he only rushed like 3 times. So his percentage-wise was pretty damn good. You know, not saying shit. I'm saying he's like Bambi on ice. I know. But he's getting better, man. That's the thing. He's getting better. His athleticism looks better. His footwork out there, watching him on those bags, watching him run through the bags, not putting his head down like, you know, like he was last year. He was constantly, you know, looking down, tripping over bags, kept hitting them, bumping them. He's not doing that this year. So the footwork is getting better. These coaching staffs are developing him. And he's got, you know, Greg Olsen in the building. Greg Olsen has talked nothing but high regards for Aiden OConnell and hasn't said shit about him not being mobile. He's talked about him being able to roll out of the pocket, run the RPO, run play action. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe we see 2 different things. I'm not disagreeing with you, but Raiders 34, Seahawks 19. Let's go. That's the preseason I want. Do you want to bet that? Who, me? Want to bet what? The Seahawks lose by more than 14? Absolutely. Absolutely. The Raiders offensive line in 2024 was ranked 2024. What? Wait, what? Our offensive line will be better. Gino will do like he's done the last 4 years. Throw interceptions and fumble the ball? In key situations when they need a win? Because that's what I seen on film last year and the year before. Now, the first year with Pete Carroll, dude was fire. 33 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, only 3 fumbles. The best career he's ever had. And I hope he gets back to that, man. I hope he gets back to that. I really, really do. Like I said, it's not a knock on Gino. It's just facts. I never talk shit unless there's facts. And people want to call me the stat guy and say all I do is talk stats. Stats fucking matter, whether you believe it or not. Because if you're looking at what Jalen Carter's done since he was drafted over Tyree Wilson, I mean, what are you looking at? Just a performance on the field? Those are stats, right? Those sacks, those pressures, those tackles for a loss, those become stats. Fucking, I don't know. Crazy. It's a YouTube bug for sure. He's trying to get a contact, and I ain't even smoking. I don't know what's going on over here. Gino is our quarterback. AOC is a backup. People worship AOC. It's crazy. No, see, there's a difference between worship and there's a difference between having a feeling or knowing football, man. Just knowing ball, right? I'm 50 years old. I've been around this shit my whole life. So all I do is football. It's all I've ever done. I love the Raiders. I love football. I've coached my kids' teams. You know, I've been around it, dude. I've been around it my whole life. I didn't get to go to college or pros, but I played it. I played multiple positions. I know football. I bet, you know, I'm pretty good at that. I hit on a lot of shit, on a lot of guys, a lot of success that people are like, oh, that guy's going to be a bust. I'm like, okay. So I'm just saying, man, it's not an obsession. It's nobody, you know, worshiping AOC. You can like somebody and not worship him. I guarantee you, I've never been on my knees or bowed down to any man. And I don't get on my knees to pray to God either. So, you know, there's that. There's no worship here. The people don't worship him. Some people just know football and see what this kid has. And it's been talked about not only through fans, but from coaches, from alumni in the, you know, in the organization, from guys that have played the position, from guys that have played different positions. It's really the hate on AOC is what you could say, right? Because nobody that likes AOC worships him. I don't see anybody with big mustaches or signs holding up saying, you know, start AOC. There's no riots, right? There's no movement to make AOC the starter this year. that would be worship, right? That would be worship. Kind of like guys were putting Gardner on a pedestal over AOC, which I believe was what got him started, you know, the starting job in the first place. We all know, bro, if you was seeing any practices, AOC did not get beat out for the job last year. And if you see practices right now, it doesn't look like he's getting beat out for the job either if there's a competition. So, you know, that's crazy talk saying people worship AOC, bro. That's crazy to me. Crazy to me. The hate is real, though. The hate for AOC, and I don't know what it is. Because he wore number 4, you know, because he was given a number. He even talked about how he was given that number as soon as he could trade it. He wanted to trade it. Is it the fact that he reads a Bible in the locker room like Derek Carr did? Maybe there's just, you know, too many atheists out there that are, you know, whatever, people that don't believe in God or people that worship the devil. I don't know, you know. I don't know what the problem is, but I don't see how you can look at what the man has done in his career with the team he's had and the coaches he's had and the leadership and the, you know, the teaching that he's had in the building, and still has been able to do what he's done. And the criticism he gets is hate, bro. It's just fucking blatant hate. But it is what it is. We like Rio fans. What? Well, like Rio fans don't know Jacorian Bennett was the breakout cornerback last year. Great stats and was hurt. He is back 100%. Then Eric Stokes, all I hear from so many outlets is he's doing really, really good. Well, I don't know who you're calling like a real fan, but we all know Jacorian Bennett stats. He had a 49.8 QBR against. He also missed 12 tackles. He also couldn't play a whole entire half of the season in either one of his seasons. So, I mean, he's also 5'9" or 5'10", and doesn't fit Pete Carroll's scheme, is why he's running with the second team right now. So, I don't know what you're seeing out there from, you know, from JB, but I haven't heard really anything good except for he looks healthy. So, when the pads come on, we'll see if he's up there making tackles and shit. As far as Eric Stokes, I mean, he's got to stay healthy too. The guy can't stay healthy. Just another guy that just has problems staying healthy. But man, let's get into this. It's getting late. I'm going to start this. Stop it right here. Let me pull this shit up. Got to break down a couple things for those of y'all that left. Y'all going to miss out. All right, let's wait. Why did that? Okay, yeah, good enough. If it'll load. All right, man. So let's read this. If I can see it all. Fuck. Hold on. All right, as featured in the 2025 preview book, Sharp Analyst, blah 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 blah. The regular guidelines were specific. The voters were the only had the only requirements that focus on the upcoming season only, not the future outlooks, right? I can't get this whole fucking thing in. I don't know why you're calling me when you know I'm on a live, bro. Is there something wrong? What? I'm on a live. Fuck, dude. Can't help it. All right. With the combination of numbers, filmed, and projections, the rankings were averaged for quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, tight ends, offensive line, defensive front seven, and defensive secondary. What did I miss before that? This is the defensive front seven rankings. I think I can go back to what I was before. All right, yeah. Y'all can see that shit? Cool. Let me see where I'm at. Let's pop up this one. All right, you see me at the bottom? Good. Or you want to go this way? I like it this way. Fucking, I don't know. This way. All right. Can y'all see that? 1 if you can, 2 if you can't. I'll see it in a minute. It'll probably be too late. It looks good from my end. All right. So this is the front 7 rankings by 2025 Sharp Football Preview Analyst, right? And like I said, this is how they did the projections. Their specific guidelines with the voter requirements that focus only on the upcoming season. Now let me get to this bottom part, right? Scores based on average rankings of position units on 1 to 100 scale for all 32 teams for NFL Sharp staff voters. If all voters had a team as number 1, they received a score of 100. Now, the only thing it doesn't say is how many people were on this staff that accumulated these votes, right? But let's get into it. The Las Vegas Raiders front 7 are ranked 13th with a total of 58 points. So that means however many people they voted, which kind of throws this whole thing off. We had a total of 58 points, right? If you want to know the highest, it was the Vikings with 86. That is 22 points difference, right? Off the dome. The Broncos, a team we play, 25. The Giants, a team we play, that's the second team, 82. The Texans, third team we play, at a 78. The Cleveland Browns, fourth team we play, at a 76. The Philadelphia Eagles, the fifth team we play this year, at a 74. That's right. All those teams were ranked front 7 better than the Philadelphia Eagles, who just won a Super Bowl. But they lost a lot of key players that they will have to replace. Next up, the Lions, the Seahawks, none of them matter. The sixth team we play, the Dallas Cowgirls, are 62 points. And then you have us, the Las Vegas Raiders. So 6 of the 17 teams we play, according to this, and they go by stats, they go by film of what they've seen from these guys, projected guys coming up, all the guys that haven't made the team that have made the team, right? Is where they have us ranked at 58th, which is, like I said, 6 or 7? 7 of the 17 teams we play have a better defensive front than us. Quarterback-wise, where do we sit quarterbacks? Well, let's look into it. The Kansas City Chiefs have a 99. The next team we played, the Eagles, have a 86. The Chargers, 81. Commanders, 78. The Texans, 75. The Cowgirls, 63. They have the Raiders tied for 19th with 43 points out of 100. That's where they have our quarterback unit. Not just Gino Smith, Gino, Aiden OConnell, which scares the hell out of me. You have one of the best, if not the best backup in the NFL, in my opinion, with Gino, who's supposed to be top 5 or 7 or some shit. That's a problem, yo. That's a problem. They have us 19th, right? 19th. Now, damn, where'd everybody go? Oh, well, it don't matter. Wide receiver and tight end unit. Y'all think this shit doesn't matter, but I'm telling you it does, man. The Las Vegas Raiders are ranked 20th with only 43 points. 43 points, that's what they have us ranked. Out of 100. With Brock Bowers, Jacoby Myers, who didn't drop a ball, both had 1,000 yards last year. They have us at 20th in the NFL. With a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 teams out of the 17 we play supposedly have a better receiving core than we have. Can I put this whole thing up without moving? My bad. Next up, and I'll get to the chat in a minute. I can't see it again. So, next up, Running backs. Where do we stand running back wise? Now, remember, these are all analysts that work for a company that's all they do is watch film, watch stats. They look at the RAS scores of, training camp, of OTAs. Not fucking, you know what I mean. Jeez Louise. They have the Lions at a 95, the Eagles at a 94. The Raiders, 20th in the NFL with 43 points out of 100. They have the Las Vegas Raiders ranked. Running back wise, with Ashton Genty as a rookie, not good. Offensive line. Why is it still on tight ends? That was not running backs. Sorry, it didn't move. Running backs, they have a 7. They have a 7th in the NFL. Right behind the 49ers, Dolphins, Ravens, Falcons, Eagles, and Lions. With 77 out of 100 points. That is very, very high praise for this unit. Offensive line. I don't know why I didn't click on it. We are... Are we even on here? Son of a bitch. We are 22nd ranked in the NFL is where they have us projected. Now, if you go back, and I don't know why I lost fucking 10 people when I put this up, because y'all really should know this shit. If you go back and look at these stats that they projected last year and compare them to where we were and where everybody else were, they were pretty damn close, bro. They were almost nuts. Almost nuts. So, 22nd out of 32 points out of 100 is where they have our offensive line ranked. That is horrible. But it gets worse, man. It gets worse. Our secondary unit. The Broncos, number 1. The Texans, number 2. The Eagles, number 3. That's 3 teams. The Chiefs, number 4. The Chargers, number 5. The Bears, number 6. The Patriots, number 7. The Browns are 17. Sorry, I was going there. That's 8. The Colts, that's 10. The Commanders, that's 11. We ain't got to do this. Come on, man. The Las Vegas Raiders, secondary, safeties, and corners score out of 100 is a fucking 2. A 2, bro. 2. They have us at a 2. The next worst secondary is the Jacksonville Jaguars at a 12. None of these teams we play. Until it get to 25th, the Titans have 27 points. The Cowgirls have 29 points. The Giants, 32. The Commanders, 36. The Colts, 44. The Las Vegas Raiders, 2 points they give us out of 100. This is their whole entire staff. Rating where we're going to be. Projecting where we're going to go. This is bad news for the Las Vegas Raiders. This is bad news for our defense. If they're close, like they were to their projections last year, this team could be in trouble. Coach rankings. Y'all gonna love this shit. They have the Las Vegas Raiders 20th in the NFL with 41 points only out of 100. They're giving us 41 points out of 100 NFL head coach rankings. Now, let me know in the comments below, how do y'all feel about each one of these rankings? We are 20th, our worst, in every category but one. That's running back. So let me know how y'all feel about this shit. Where y'all at? Does it hurt your feelings? Does it put your panties in a bunch? And what? And drafted one Tom Brady never said anything about AOC, but has about Gino and fourth 7 picks Cam Miller. They've never really asked him about AOC, but he did do film study with AOC. He did invite AOC to his house to work out, and AOC is still in the building. So it's got to tell you something, man. It's got to tell you something, right? These coaches know what they have in the quarterback room. The dude acts like Pete Carroll and Chip Carroll don't know quarterbacks. When they see him, they don't even know AO's is a starter. That's why we signed a quarterback. I don't know if you're misconstruing what I'm saying or if you just don't give a fuck and you're overlooking the fact because you don't really care. I mean, that's fine. But go back and watch the beginning of the live. I have never, ever said Aiden OConnell was going to be the starting quarterback over Gino Smith. So, bro, don't come in here and put words in my mouth and shit. Like, what do you mean, this dude? I didn't say I know more than Chip Kelly. Never said that. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you're just trying to troll me because the comments I made and the shit the other day because you're acting like AOC is garbage. I'll drop 50 in my camp donates. What? What are you talking? Camp donates. I gotta find where I was starting and get back to this chat. All right, Rebel, I sent you a screenshot of the chat. Yeah, I got it, Grim. I'll look at it. This chat. I think 4 of Jamal Adams' former first round pick. That's only 4. I mean, we have Brock too, right? We have Ashton Genty. Who else do we have? Hold up, I'm trying to look at what you sent me, Graham. She's been texting in the chat. It's not posted. Yeah, I don't know, bro. Hold on. I apologize, Candy Angel. I do not know how to get to settings to unblock people. Hold on, give me 1 minute. Y'all bear with me. Push products and links. General. Audio, video. It's not doing me shit about blocked. 4 pinned comments. Let me try this. Candy, my friend. Pink hand waving. Stream is amazing. I'll see. This is new generation. Why? Okay, those are the ones I starred. All comments. Fuck. Trying to figure it out, yo. I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know. Alright. I don't know what the $50 donation shit is. God, I hate when I'm behind in this shit. Gino was on a 30th ranked offense on the Seahawks. Those are stats. AOC was on the Raiders O-line that ranked 23rd in the NFL, and he can't deal with pressure. Gino got sacked 50 times last year. Aiden OConnell got sacked 6. What do you mean? They also had a 23rd or 4th ranked offensive rushing game. The Raiders were dead last in every rushing category, my guy. Come on, man. Get out of here with that garbage shit, bro. Stop. 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 For reference, Gino is 71 touchdowns to 35 interceptions to 35 INTs in the last 3 seasons, which is a little more than 2.1 touchdown ratio, which is mid. And fumbles is 71 out of 54 turnovers, which is below 2.1 touchdown ratio. So if you're talking stats, then pull up what Gino has done over the last 4 years. And he has a top 5 quarterback numbers. Those are official stats if you know football. According to you, those are official stats. I've looked at his PFF grade. I've looked at his NextG Stats. I've looked at all of it. I looked at the offensive line. Everybody acts like that offensive line was trash from the beginning. They had a decent offensive line until people started getting hurt. It wasn't the whole year they were without an offensive line. He also had a damn good head coach and an offensive coordinator that has done this for a while, right? Not Luke Getsy, not the Turners. If you say talking stats, then pull up. Oh, I got that. What Gino has done. Gino has more wins than Burrow and Herbert last 3 years. Look it up. What? Yeah. Go look at what his defense was ranked, my guy. Go look at Seattle's defense compared to the Chargers defense. Go look at Seattle's defense compared. Sorry. Throwing up my mouth. Yeah, go look at it. Go look at the Bengals defense and their running game for both of those teams and their coaches and their coaching staff. Seattle was on a damn good team. He had Pete Carroll as his coach up until last year, my guy. Pete Carroll was the coach of that team, so I don't know what you're getting at here, but I've already said Gino can be good. He just makes mistakes under pressure. But you can keep throwing out all the stats you want to. We'll keep putting them up here. Who is joining my chat? What? What in the... How did I join my own chat? What is going on, yo? Alright, I don't know what the hell is going on. Somebody's hacking my shit. I'll have to get back to you on that. Actually. Yeah, because then I'll miss the chat. I'll have to get back to you on that. No, we didn't hate on the AOC as people making excuses for him. But then other quarterbacks, aren't you making excuses for Gino Smith? Talking about his offensive line? He had DK Metcalf. He had Smith and Jigba, which is one of the best rookie receivers, top rookie receivers in all categories and stats. Actually, he had a better year than DK Metcalf. He also had, what the fuck is the other guy's name? That Tyler Lockett. So, bro, you're acting like Gino didn't have any weapons, and you're making excuses for him. I've never made excuses for Aiden OConnell. It's all facts. The fact that he's had 4 head coaches, the 4 offensive coordinators, Bo Hardegree, no running game. The fact that he's 6-1 and should be 7-0 when the Raiders rush for 100 yards. Gino's had plenty of games where they've rushed for 100 yards where he hasn't won games. So, I mean, we can have this debate all day long, bro. You're the football guru. You win. Gino's going to be, the greatest quarterback of all time, and he's going to take us to the Super Bowl, right? And the next Super Bowl and the next Super Bowl, and you'll be a hero for being right. But when you're wrong, just come back. Just come back. Just come back. Bro, I haven't seen your comments pop up on the chat thing. I don't know. I haven't seen any comments either. Jacorian Bennett had a hurt shoulder last year. He had 2 hurt shoulders. Pete talked about that. Jacorian Bennett talked about it too. You think I don't know all these stats, bro? I'm a content creator. This is what I do. Yes, he had a messed up shoulder. He had to have, it was popped out of place. So all that shit is good. It was popping out of place every time he tackled. And that could be a big, big part of why he wasn't, in there throwing a shoulder or tackling people. But like I said, we'll see when the pads come on. I love Jacorian Bennett. Dude, go back and watch my old videos, man. Go back and watch my old shit. I was talking about Jacorian Bennett was going to be good when everybody gave up on him the first year. Same thing with Tyree. Same thing with Aiden OConnell. So I don't know what you're saying. Your comments are, I'm so far behind in the chat that they don't make up sense to me when I'm what I'm talking about now. And JB never mentioned that. He just called out, and that's a grown man. You know, that is a grown man. JB, fucking nobody said Jacorian Bennett wasn't. But we do know for a fact that shoulder or no shoulder, I mean, we're not making excuses here, right? Right? Grown man shit. Like, if you're hurt, say you're hurt and you can't tackle, but don't cause the team touchdowns. Don't cause the team losses because you're not willing to get in there and tackle. You know, there's guys that were making business decisions last year. We've seen that from all the coaches. We heard that. There was not names mentioned and there was names mentioned, but I do a lot of film breakdowns. I watch every single game over and over and over again. Last year, I watched every game at least 3 or 4 times, breaking down highlights, showing shit on the channel. So, man, I know all this shit, bro. I know all this shit. And nobody's saying anything about Jacorian Bennett except for the fact that he does not fit Pete Carroll and what he's trying to do. Every one of Pete Carroll's guys that he's brought in have been 6'1", 6'2", 6'3". That's not Jacorian, right? That's not Jacorian. And if Jacorian was doing so good, why are they still bringing in guys to play in the slot? Why not put Jacorian Bennett in the slot? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Jacorian Bennett could be the greatest corner of all time. But if you don't fit what the new system is, that could be why you're getting second team reps. Or maybe they're just trying to, you know, see what they have in the other guys. But Jacorian Bennett's going to make this team. He's going to play, right? He's going to be out there. But if he was what you're saying, then why is Eric Stokes, a guy that, you know, was a former first-round overall pick that people labeled a bust years ago, who only played in his first 17 games last season, why is he out there outdoing Jacorian Bennett, right? And I think our cornerback room is sick. I think DeCamarion Richardson, Sam Webb, no matter who they put out there, like, these guys are ballers. I think we got aggressive ass corners that are going to get a lot of playtime. And, you know, people say this guy's corner number 1, this guy's corner number 2. I don't feel like that's the case in a Patrick Graham and a Pete Carroll run system. I think all these guys are going to get playtime, right? I think you're going to keep these guys healthy. You're going to sub guys in and out, and the guys that, you know, make mistakes, aren't prepared, aren't ready, are the guys that won't get as much playtime. But I feel like every one of these defensive backs are going to see grass time, right? If you're one of the 6 defensive backs on this roster, you're going to get on the field. It might not be all the time, but there's going to be packages for you. Because both my comments just came in up when I'm responding to Candy, but it hasn't popped up. I don't know. Toasty Topics, Gino was a top 5 stop. He's 15 to 20 is best. That's what I'm saying, bro. You want to talk shit about people being Aiden OConnell stands, right? And worshiping Aiden OConnell. How the fuck do Raider fans or anybody take Gino Smith, who has never been in the top 20 of any category anywhere except for completion ratio, downfield, plus 20 yards this year, right? And he also had DK Metcalf, one of the strongest receivers maybe ever of all time. Like, that dude's going to take balls from people all day long, right? And then, like I said, Smith and Jigba, who's fast, who had hands, who had a better year than DK Metcalf. So, man, you're acting like Gino is God out here, bro. And I don't know what category you're looking at of these stats are you know, where you're getting them from. But, man, I'll make you a mod. You can pop them up on the screen, bro, because I don't see anywhere where Gino has won more games than either one of those quarterbacks, even with a way better defense in Seattle. You know, Pete Carroll, like I said, as the coach. So he only had 1 year, and the guy took over for Pete Carroll, who was on Pete Carroll's staff, right? It's not like they brought somebody in from out of the blue to run the team. So I don't see how you put Gino in a top 5 to 10 category just because he's on the Raiders. Now, you can look to the future and say he has the possibility of being a top 10 quarterback under Chip Kelly, right? under Chip Kelly, under Pete Carroll again, I totally agree with that. But to just come out and say a quarterback in the NFL with 21 touchdowns, 15 interceptions, and 9 fumbles belongs in the top 15 is outlandish to me, bro. If you know ball, like your comments. Come on, man. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. I took a screenshot of the chat. Now it shows us chatting and it shows me responding to you, but my chat is not popping up. I see your shit right here, Grim. What do you mean? Are y'all messing with me today? What is... I'm gonna smoke, bro. Y'all drive me crazy. What'd you send me the screenshot on? Oh. That's not it. Screenshot. Okay, chat. Bro, I haven't seen your comments pop in the chat thing. I'm so confused. I'm so confused. I could put this away. AOC has a good, accurate arm, but stats are stats. Let me pull this up so everybody can read it. Through the years having them, he still hasn't learned how to scramble and flee out of the pocket. Explain, plain and simple, Rebel. I don't see that though. I don't see that. Like, let me ask you a question. Do you drink? Like, this is not a rude question, but I just gotta know. Like, I mean, are the people watching these games just shit-faced wasted, and they don't see what's going on, and they only see the, you know, the bad things that happen when people start booing or fucking? Because Aiden OConnell last year made a bunch of damn good plays. Aiden OConnell, his rookie year, beat the Jets by rolling out of the pocket, dodging a defender, and throwing the ball where only Michael Mayer could catch it. So these notions and takes that Aiden OConnell cannot scramble, cannot move around, are just crazy to me, bro. Like, I don't get what y'all are watching. And believe me, I love all y'all in this chat. And if that's what you feel, I'm not saying you're wrong. I just don't know how you could see that, bro. I don't know, bro. I just don't know how. It baffles me, dude. It baffles me. This kid has shown over and over again on pathetic teams, right? And they were pathetic, right? Because our offensive line was beat up, our defense was beat up. We had Alex Bachman and shit out there as number 1 receivers at times. We had Dylan Labe with 1 carry. You know, Sincere McCormick, our starting running back, I do believe, for a game. So, come on, man. Like, I don't know. I don't see it. But like I said, come talk to me after preseason. You're going to see Aiden OConnell rolling out. Like, every film that I've watched, literally, for the last, 3 weeks since campus started, has been Aiden OConnell throwing on the run. Has been Aiden OConnell rolling out. And when you put Gino Smith side by side with Aiden fucking OConnell, and you both roll them out, and Aiden's throwing the ball before Gino, is Gino just half-stepping? Is he just not giving 110%? Tell me how that happens, right? Tell me how a guy that can't roll out of the pocket or throw on the run is rolling out of the pocket, throwing out of the run, on the run, and releasing the ball before Gino. And I'm not making the shit up. I'll pull it up, bro, if I have to. I'll make sure I go find all the shit. I'll record it. I'll trim it down. I'll do everything I have to do. I'll pull it up so we can have the whole damn screen, so there's not, all the shit around it if I have to, bro. Because I don't see this shit from none of y'all. I don't know. I'm nuts, bro. What best backup AOC? Name the backups in the NFL. Do we have to go through them all? At Toasty, let's see what LBR has to say. At Toasty, also, if you go off 4 years, not much of a challenge in 2021. He had 5 touchdowns and 1 interception and 1 fumble. So that is still 76 to 36 touchdown interception ratio and 70 to 56 touchdown ratio, which still isn't good. Which still ain't that good. Still mid. It's not even mid, bro. It's not even mid. I broke it down. I think it was 4 weeks ago. How many quarterbacks, touchdown to interception ratio, yards to fumble ratio, running and scrambling. We broke all that shit down, and there was 20 something quarterbacks that were ahead of Gino. So man, I don't know how these stats. I don't get it, but I love the the debate. I love this shit. AOC was the best backup. Should have been a starter in my opinion. He definitely should have started last year, and anybody with common sense could have seen that Garner was not the guy, bro. In camp, LVR, everybody was showing videos of the guy throwing underneath the nets, over the top of the nets. Aiden OConnell, dead nut center every time, man. Like, his accuracy, his pre-snap read, all that shit is good. No, he's not mobile. I've never said he was mobile. But if he has to be, he can, right? What I'm saying is you're not calling plays for Aiden OConnell to run the football. You're not putting in your playbook for Aiden OConnell to roll out and throw on the run, right? Maybe once in a while. If you need short yardage or, if you're running 12 personnel, then possibly, right? You'll roll one of those tight ends out that way, throw on the run. He can do that, man. He can do that. Aiden OConnell, actually, out of his 2,000 and something yards in his career and 17 starts, 1,300 of them, did you know, were RPOs? were RPOs with no running game. With no running game. Over half of his career yardage are from RPOs that he can't run. It's wild shit. It's a wild shit. People don't get it. We had 3 coaches and regimes, and all of them wanted another quarterback. No. See, you don't get it. You're wrong right there. Not all of them wanted another quarterback. As soon as AP stepped in, he said, "This is my guy." Now, when he got overruled the next year by the coaching staff, right? Tom Telesco, the offensive coordinator, he said, "We will all sit down in a room, put our heads together, and come up with a starter." He was overruled, man. It was obvious. The man even said after he was fired, "Yes, if I could have did things differently, I would have put my foot down and went with Aiden OConnell." Aiden OConnell got Antonio Pierce his job. If that kid didn't come in and do what he did for the Raiders and win the games he did, he gave us a chance to really possibly make the playoffs. We had a chance. If we could have won 2 more games and the Chiefs lost 1 more game or 2, we could have been in the playoffs. That wouldn't have happened with Jimmy Garoppolo or Brian Hoyer. So, man, you're crazy that this regime didn't want him. And the only reason I believe that he's not the quarterback now is because Pete Carroll knows what he has in Gino Smith. He knows Gino Smith was not happy in Seattle, and he wanted Gino Smith. That's why they went and traded for him. Yes, they tried to go get Sam Darnold and all that shit. Thank God they didn't, who was hurt. Speaking of, did I not tell y'all? I know I told y'all. It is going to be games this year where Davante Adams is catching balls from his favorite quarterback in the world, Jimmy Garoppolo. Yes, Jimmy Garoppolo will be the quarterback, start the season, throwing hospital balls to Davante Adams. The reason he wanted out, the reason on Netflix he said, "I got to get the fuck out of here. They're going to kill me. I've never been hit so hard in my life." Karma is a bitch, man. Karma is such a bitch. I think it's hilarious that you try to leave the Raiders to go play with A-Rod. It doesn't work out. Then you try to go to an already made team in the Rams. And Matthew Stafford gets rocked. Get well soon, Matthew Stafford. So yeah, man, it wasn't all 3 coaches. QBs will take the starting position over AOC. They see more of him than we do, which is on the game. I mean, yeah, they see a lot more of them. And they should also recognize, and they have, right? They have. All the coaches that I've seen, when you bring up Aiden OConnell, say this kid is poised in the pocket, right? He's instinctive. He knows he's decisive where he's going to go with the ball. And we'll see when the pads come on, right? He's not afraid to stand in there and get hit. I could think of 4 plays off the top of my head. And I think I know what games they are. And I'm going to pull that shit up. Where Aiden OConnell stand in there and threw a bullet, a dime, and took a lick 4 times last year. And he didn't even play a lot. He only played in what, 7 games? So, crazy talk. Crazy talk. We need to stop with the Gino top 5, top 10, top 20 is based on the touchdowns ratio, turnover ratio, access to all 24 teams, or all 32 teams. It's a fact, bro. It's a fact. There is no stat that says Gino is in the top 15. Now, he floats, and I mean floats. You can float him around in that top maybe 10 to 15 range if you don't have to make excuses for his offensive line, for why he threw interceptions, for why he threw fumbles, then you can probably float him in that range. But other than that, man, I don't know. Maybe people see better. Maybe people like to see better than what you do. I mean, I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just stating my opinion and facts on why I believe my opinion is facts, bro. Another thing, Devontae Adams talked about Aiden OConnell coming into his own before he left. Max Crosby was talking about Aiden O'Connell's looking good. He's coming into his own. And then they decided to go with Gardner Minshew, right? So, the kid's just got to grow. He's a quiet, humble, country boy that he doesn't know how to be the leader, right? It's going to take time for a kid to come into the NFL in Las Vegas who's went to Purdue, bro. Come on. Come on, bro. Like, seriously? And then you just come to Vegas with all these lights. You got hookers up and down the streets. you got any drug you could want anywhere possible. People pushing that shit all over constantly. He's in a whole nother world, man. And if he comes, if it takes him till next year, shit, I'm fine with that, right? But all I'm saying is what the kid's done in his 17 starts and his 20 games that he has played, you can't find any quarterbacks in the last 10 or 15 years drafted where he was drafted, or shit, even a couple rounds before him, that's put up the numbers and stats he's done. It's fact. I went through like 14 first round picks over the last 15 years who don't even have close to the numbers Aiden OConnell does. So, man, picked fourth overall, fourth round? Nasty work. 340 yards, 2 touchdowns at Arrowhead, right? Who was 10-1 at the time. No team had beat him. And the only reason we lost is because of a botched snap, which would have made Aiden OConnell, the cerebral assassin, 7-0 when they rushed for 100 yards while he's the starter. Now, I don't know about you, but if I'm in Vegas and I'm a gambling man and you give me odds like that, in 17 starts, this man has won 7 of them when they rush for 100 yards. Again, I've challenged anybody, and you, Toasty, to find me a quarterback that has those numbers in a season, or in 17 games. In 17 games. And a lot of those games were losses. Most of those games were losses. From being on a bad team. That's not backup numbers, bro. It's not backup numbers. And if you compare him, like I said, to Brady's stats, Brady was in his second year before he got to play. In his rookie year, he only played 1 game, and it was atrocious. He had 1 interception, 7 incompletes, and was pulled. That was Brady's first start in the NFL. You know what Aiden did in his first start in the NFL? Got sacked 6 times, brought us all the way back to within a touchdown, and threw an interception and almost won us the game. Yeah, that was what happened. And talk that shit, my guy. Facts Unleashed. If we didn't have Aiden, why would Brady shut down trade offers during draft week? Because they know. These coaches know. I think I already read that. Sweet. And drafted Tom Brady has never said shit. AOC is a nice guy, great character, but a damn backup, period. I mean, yeah, he's a backup. I never argued that. He's going to be a backup. This is Gino's job to lose, right? That's some biased shit on head coach. What? Right? It's fun though. Probably by the Raiders. Think they have a good enough offense to protect GOC if Gino goes down. So that's the plan and the possibility. Why can't AOC and also knowledge of the offense? Exactly, bro. That's all I'm saying is if this kid gets a chance to come in with the offense that he has right now in a Chip Kelly system, he's gonna kill it. And you know, I feel, and I know there's gonna be arguments in the chat, but I really feel like the reason they're putting JPJ on the second team offense, and I know LVR is gonna agree with me, the only reason they're putting JPJ on the second team offense instead of moving Aiden OConnell up to the first team offense is because they don't want a quarterback controversy in camp. I promise you that. They don't want that controversy. If they did, Aiden would be taking first team reps with JPJ instead of moving JPJ over and having Jordan Meredith take, first team reps with the first team. Why not just swap quarterbacks, right? Why is Aiden OConnell running with the twos and still looking good? Still throwing dimes. Like my guy said, 5 touchdowns, 1 INT to 5 touchdowns and 3 or 4 INTs. That's all I'm saying, bro. The kid looks good, man. He's looked better. Everybody, Hondo, everybody you talk to in the building, even Mike at Vegas Sports Today said, I don't know what everybody's saying about the quarterback controversy. Gino is number 1. But Aiden looks much better than he did last year. And, bro, that's all you can ask for from a 4th-round pick who's come in and won you games when he didn't even have to, wasn't even supposed to play. Dude, his rookie year, he had no training camp. He got no reps. They all went to Jimmy Garoppolo and Brian Hoyer. He carried the clipboard until preseason. And preseason that year, he lit it up against the Rams. Who else did we play that year? The Rams and the Cardinals? No, somebody else. The 49ers. I think the Rams and the 49ers. I think that's when Max Crosby got in a fight. That's why we don't have those anymore. Unleashed Raider said he should be the starter. AOC is a great guy, but a great backup. RJ, what's good? Las Vegas Seahawks, love it. No, come on. Facts, no one said Aiden OConnell is a starter. All people have said is Aiden is competing. And that's it. You're not allowed to say Aiden is competing because they don't want competition, bro. They want to believe that Gino is this top 5 quarterback that's going to come in and save us. But I really, really wish I could be a fly on the wall to be in everybody's room when they're throwing their fucking shit at the TV, breaking shit, knocking shit over because Gino Smith threw an interception. That's all I'm saying. Bro, because it's going to happen. It's happened throughout his career, man, since he's been in the league. There's a reason why it took years before he was a starter. Don't think he didn't have chances. That's another thing y'all are forgetting. You say Aiden OConnell. Oh, all these coaches passed up Aiden OConnell. Well, what about Gino Smith? He was on the Jets, bro. You know how many quarterbacks the Jets had that Gino Smith couldn't beat out in the Jets? But Benny and the Jets? Stop with the nonsense, bro. Stop. Just stop. Quarterbacks, NFL quarterbacks, running backs, receivers. You know why they're great? The people around them, their offensive line, the coaching staff. There's never, ever been, well, okay, maybe a couple here and there. But how many guys have been, standouts on a shit team besides Myles Garrett? Like every year, 15 plus sacks, right? Like those guys don't exist. Quarterbacks that have great years like Joe Burrow does, 40 touchdowns, 50 touchdowns with 6 interceptions. Guys like that on bad teams, those are special. That's all I'm saying. Those are special. But when you got a guy that's been in the league for what, 12 years now and has played for 4 of them, there's a reason, bro. There's a reason. And I hope to God, like I said, that he learns and does all the things he said, because all the pressers, all the interviews have been great. I've been very impressed with everything Gino has said. But again, from Missouri, that show me state. RJ sounds better than the Patriots West. No, none of that. None of that. I didn't block nobody. I don't know. I'll figure it out after the stream. I told her. I agree on your question big time. Here we go. What? Never said he isn't garbage. But we were talking like AOC is an elite quarterback, and all the talk needs to change. He's gotten his chance. That's all I'm saying. Gino is that bull. I hope you're right, my guy. I hope you're right. But from those points and that take right there, I just don't see how you could be. Fucking to be honest with you, dude, 100%. I mean, no, he isn't garbage. No, he's not even close to garbage. Because you know what garbage quarterbacks do? They have years like Gino did the first 8 years, bro. That's all I'm saying. Maybe he is that bull now, and I hope the God he is with Gino. With Pete Carroll. I hope Chip Kelly gives him all the craziest looks that defenses don't know what they're going to do. And I know they will, right? I already know that defense has no idea if the ball's going to Brock, if it's going to Genty, if it's going to Dante Thornton over the top. These defenses are going to be on their toes and on their heels. You asked for former first rounders. I didn't know we were including the homegrown. Oh, I probably did. But I probably did. Gino took a sorry Seahawks team 2024 to 10-7 with the 30th worst offensive line. Okay. Who was in that division? Who was in that division? Somebody comment in the comments below. Who was in that division? Sorry, I gotta get this message real quick. While y'all comment below. Raiders team is starting to unify. Law Dog, what's good? Dark, what's good? Appreciate y'all dropping in. This team is starting to unify. Team that truly plays together, tough to beat, right? That's 100% facts. This team is coming together like I haven't seen in a long, long time, man. In a long, long time. So, look, you're bragging because Gino went 10-7, right? 10-7. The Rams were 10-7 Did you know the Rams started the year 0-4? 0-4. And they still came back and won the division. The Cardinals were 8-9 that year, last year. And the 49ers were 6-11. A division that the Rams started 0-4 in. They should have walked away with that division. Offensive line or not, you're telling me you have a mobile quarterback that throws on the run, that creates plays with his legs. That's what you're telling me, right? You're telling me he's better than Aiden OConnell when he breaks out of the pocket. Now, O-line or not, bro, if that's your guy, I mean, look how many years Josh Allen has had a horrible offensive line. Look at the numbers he's put up. Just saying, bro. We can make excuses all day and then say, why are we making excuses for Aiden OConnell? But you're telling me that Gino Smith is a top 5 or top 10 quarterback because he went 10-7 in a division that had the Rams starting 0-4 and coming back to win the division at 10-7 because they beat the Seahawks twice? Like, crazy talk, bro. That's just crazy talk. Aiden OConnell, meanwhile, played in a division that had 3 teams go to the fucking playoffs. Where? Come on, man. You standing on sand, bro. We standing on sand. You standing on sand. What's fuck with you? Oh, shit. Gino had Metcalf. Yeah, man. It's crazy talk. It's crazy talk. Are you reading my comments? Look it up. Seahawks 30th worst offensive line. Still was second most accurate quarterback in the NFL. I mean, I really don't know how they rate their accuracy when you have 15 interceptions to 21 touchdowns. I don't know how that's accurate. I don't see how those numbers make any sense to me. And yes, he had the 30th worst offensive line, and the Raiders had the 32nd worst running game in the NFL in every category. And they were only 24th in the NFL because of the last 5 games. From December on, they turned it up. And if it wasn't for that unit getting to play together, all 5 guys for, 4 or 5 games, our offensive line was the same. It was the same. And the year before, it was the same. I think it was even worse. Man, PMF grade canceled out. Look it up. PMF grade is based on also on opinion. I know my shit. Look up PMF grade, includes the grading options. I've showed all this shit on here. I've showed his numbers on the run. I've showed his numbers in play action. I showed his numbers under pressure, which are you can't make that shit up. I've broke it all down, bro. I mean, I will do it again just for you if you want to, but it's not going to prove any point because I don't know what the point is you're trying to get at. That Gino is better than Aiden OConnell. I think we've already established that. But does he make better decisions? Is he more decisive? Does he go through his progressions as good? That's all questionable. Questionable. What the hell does Seahawks defense got to do with this defense? I'm talking about offense. You're talking about his 10-7 record. Gino didn't fucking win 10 games by himself. He didn't play offense. He didn't play tackle. He didn't play safety, corner, receiver, defensive back. You're acting like Gino was the Seahawks and won 10 games for them. Their defense won those games, bro. Go look at the stats. You're the stat guy, right? You're telling me you know football. Go look at the stats on how many games their defense helped them win. How many games their defense had them winning. That turnovers lost them. Go look at those stats, because those shit matter too. That shit matters too. That's all I'm saying, bro. That's all I'm saying. You'll keep ignoring the offense. I know the offensive line was 30th, but those are the end of the season rankings. They didn't start out 30th. Go look where they projected and start out. It was week 3 before they lost their first offensive lineman, I believe. It was the next week they lost their guard. They had problems, but we had the same problems with the worst coaching staff. Like I don't know what. I'm not saying you're wrong. You just keep commenting. Rosetown was good. Geomex Raiders, Rosetown with the 199. Hit that blinker. Where's the yellow one? This one hurts. Fuck. Hey. That's you. Bennett wasn't hurt with 2 dislocated shoulders. He said he had one that kept popping out of place when he tackled for the last 2 years. I don't know where you got 2. But damn, if that dude had 2 injured shoulders and made it as far as he did, he's inhuman. But I'm pretty positive it was 1. Again, I could be wrong. Raiders literally ranked 32nd in rushing. Yes, I know. Rebel check ChatGPT, and it doesn't make sense why you can't see Connie's comments. Hey, I appreciate you looking into that for me. I'm sorry, Candy. You're going to have to not be seen tonight. I know it's killing you. It's killing me to not see you. It's breaking my heart. But I can't figure it out until after the live, I guess. Because I don't know where the damn settings are. Many people don't recall when ESPN had Gino should have been ranked top 5 quarterback in 2023. Bro, I get more shit right than ESPN. I get more shit right than most of all these networks, dude. Go back and watch their shit on what they say, and then go back and watch every one of my videos and listen to everything I projected out there and the shit I say. Dude, fuck ESPN, dude. They're not always right. Just because they have these top analysts, bro, a broken clock is right twice a day. So I'm not saying I'm God or anything, but, dude, I get just as much shit right as ESPN, if not more. You just have to pay attention and do your homework. But just because they said he's a top 12 dude doesn't make him top 5. Like I said, I've seen a lot of breakdowns on quarterbacks this year and where people have them ranked, and certain people have, ranked for certain things. But if you look at the quarterbacks that are ahead of him, come on, you got Gino top 5, bro. So just quarterbacks off the top of my head: Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts. Who'd I miss? Oh, Lamar Jackson, JD5. That's 6 right there. I don't think Herbert threw 21 touchdowns to 6 interceptions last. 28 touchdowns to 6 interceptions. Now he's won about the same as Justin Herbert, so I wouldn't put him ahead of Justin Herbert. I wouldn't put him ahead of Jordan Love, that came in and took his team to the playoffs right away. His rookie, not his rookie year, but his first year as a starter. I wouldn't put him ahead of CJ Stroud. Are you going to put him ahead of Aaron Rodgers, who had a better year, than him last year, touchdown-wise, on a way worse team like the Jets? I mean, what is that, like 10 or 11 right now? Where's Gino? You going to put him ahead of Brock Purdy, who was picked Mr. Irrelevant and has had his team in the playoffs every year but last year since he's been on the team? Stats way better. You're going to put him ahead of Brock Purdy? I don't know about that. So, I mean, I just don't see how any of these analysts are going to put him up there, bro. His turnover ratio is crazy. His sacks, he had 50 sacks. I don't care about your offensive line. When you tell me you could run a 4.40 as a quarterback and you're wiggly, right? You got that wiggle, you can get away. How the hell are you sacked 50 times? There's no way the offensive line is that bad. Because I watched the plays. It's not like he said, blue 52, hut, and it fell on his back and was sacked. Nah. He ran around, he waited, he scrambled over here, tried to juke away. Same thing CJ, Caleb Williams did for the Bears last year. These mobile quarterbacks try to wait for guys to get open sometimes too long, and it costs them plays. That's all I'm saying. In a pocket passer that's got to stand in the pocket, you don't have 5 seconds to throw the ball, right? You can't, roll out and scramble around and let these guys do the scramble drill and get open. That's the only thing I think. And if you have a guy that can stand in the pocket, is not afraid to stand in the pocket, that's going to make those throws, your offense is just more efficient to me. Like, I know everybody's in this day and age of a mobile quarterback, but the mobile quarterback for Philadelphia had 16 or 18 touchdowns with only 6 interceptions last year. Most of y'all on any team would be like, oh my God, he's trash if he didn't win the Super Bowl, right? To most of y'all, that's a horrible year. Only 18 touchdowns, you're going to be like, damn, he only threw 18 touchdowns in 17 games? But he won the Super Bowl because he had a running back, because he had a team, because he had a defense, right? He didn't have to do it all. So these quarterbacks that think they have to do it all being mobile, I think hurt a lot of these teams, man. If you stand in the pocket and you only have less than 3 seconds to throw the ball, you can run a quick offense, right? You can run an up-tempo offense, which Chip Kelly loves to run an up-tempo offense. And I'm not saying Gino can't, but damn, if you're not going to get the ball out, because this is my point. You're telling me that he had the worst offensive line and he had less than, what was it, 2.6 seconds to throw the ball, right? That's the reason he had those interceptions. That's the reason he didn't have a lot of touchdowns, and that's the reason for the fumbles and the 50 sacks, right? But what I'm saying is if you still only have 2.6, 2.7, 2.8 seconds to throw the football in this system, because that's how fast Chip Kelly wants the ball out, then what's the excuse, right? Then what's your excuse then? Because that's what they want to do, I'm sure. I don't think they want to sit there and let routes develop and, let these guys run 20 yards before they throw the ball. Not in Chip Kelly's system. That ball's going to be out 5 yards. You're going to see a lot of slants, a whole lot of 12 personnel, like I said. So, man, it doesn't hurt to have a guy that can stand in the pocket and throw the ball, in my opinion. But damn, 5th ranked in 2023. I've never seen him ranked in the top 10 on any rankings. Maybe I missed that episode. Maybe I missed it. What y'all think in the chat? Where is Gino? Come on, where is Gino for y'all? Is he top 10? Is he top 15? Do you have him somewhere in the middle? This ain't a projected of what he could be in the Raiders or Chip Kelly. I'm saying in his career, what he has done, when you look at his stats, with the teams he has had, whether they be good, whether they be bad, whether they be great, whether they be mediocre, what he has done until he got with the Raiders, where do you put Gino in the ranking as a quarterback? Somebody let me know. Who was the most accurate quarterback the last 4 years? I know you're going to say it's Gino, right? I know you're gonna say it's Gino, right? But let me tell you something. Let me tell you something real quick. You know where those numbers came from, my guy? You remember Rich Gannon? You remember how we ran that offense? 5 yards, 10 yards, 5 yards, 10 yards, 8 yards, 6 yards, all the way down the field. Run the ball, pass short, run the ball, pass short, run the ball, pass short, run the ball, pass short. Right? All the way down the field. Go watch Seattle's film, bro. Go watch Seattle's film. They tried to run the ball with Chardonnay, with Walker the third, both who were injured. Their third running back, I don't know his name. I'm not a Seattle fan. I'm surprised I knew the other two. I bet y'all are too. They tried to run the ball with dudes, and they couldn't, right? But Gino's supposed to be that mobile guy that, at 34 hasn't taken a beating, still has it like everybody says. He's lightning fast. Shouldn't have had 50 sacks, bro. Shouldn't have had 50 sacks. But what I'm saying is, with Gino, what was I saying? No, I just forgot. So I seen Piano Man. Candy got Piano Man. Man, I shouldn't have looked at the chat. I just totally lost my train of thought. Fuck. Anyways, man, I hope I'm wrong about all this shit. Like I said, and I don't know why we're still arguing this. I think he's going to have a damn good year. And I think this year, by the end of this year, he very well could be a top 10 quarterback in the NFL for the first time in his career. But I just don't see it from what he's done in the past. I don't. But I want to. Believe me, I want to. I want to see him come out and throw for 400 yards a game with 3 touchdowns. Every single game for 17 games. That's what I want to see. No interceptions, right? But, oh yeah, that's what I was saying. It came back to me. Look at Seattle's offense, bro. All his yards and those completion ratio. Yes, he had the most passes over 20 yards in the NFL. And I get that. Because he was accurate as hell. Because they didn't do it all the time. They didn't take many deep shots. They had the most in the NFL, which was like 40-something, I do believe. But the rest of the plays were slants from Njigba, where, routes where DK is just punishing people at the line, and they can't do shit, right? Even if they're playing off of them, they're not fast enough to come up and make a play as big as strong as DK Metcalf is. So what I'm saying is most of those yards and accuracy percentage for Gino for 20 yards and behind. And again, yes, he did lead the NFL for biggest air yards over 20 yards. But again, you got DK, who still runs in the 4.3 40s, man, and Smith Njigba and Tyler Lockett. Like, he had plenty of weapons. And I can't think who his tight end is. So, bro, he had the weapons, man. If you were banned, Bueno, I think you're the one that banned her. I know it was you. I seen you talking. He was like, "Fuck Candy Angel." Daryl, what's good, my guy? Sorry, I'm late to the chat. I've been rambling, talking shit about Gino the whole time. I don't know why this turned into a Gino show. But, I don't know where people get this notion that Aiden OConnell can't roll out of the pocket. He also did it on the deep ball to Tucker. Also had a touchdown to Meyer in 2023. Lawrence, my guy, what's good? JT in the Brick is talking good about AOC. It's something. That's what I'm saying. That's what I seen that too. JT in the Brick was like, Aiden OConnell's looking really damn good. Like, he's really impressed. And he has never had anything nice to say anything about Aiden OConnell. I think because Josh McDaniels and Dave Ziegler drafted him. It's weird. Candy, maybe it's just YouTube acting up. You shouldn't have pissed No Bueno off, and he wouldn't have blocked you. Like, I can't do nothing about it. I don't know how y'all can see, but I can't. What is that? How can it, y'all can see her? He threw an interception in preseason last year. First the what? The two, bro. And Coach JP says, I mean, I remember the interception. I know what you're talking about. But the thing about Aiden OConnell is when he does throw those interceptions, he comes back hot, bro. He comes back, drives the field down the team. Did you know that Aiden OConnell, when he started, we came down the field every time he touched the ball, pretty much on the first drive, and drove down the field? They didn't always lead to points. I think one was an interception, a couple of field goals. But, man, you're talking about one interception in a preseason game. Gino's already thrown, 4 in camp? And I don't know how much Gino's going to play. It might not be at all in the preseason. He might get, 1 quarter, maybe 2. I think last year they gave the starter and the backup 1 or 2, but I don't think they're going to do the same this year. I think you're going to see a lot of Aiden, unless, he's just out there killing it. Then you might see a little bit more Cam Miller. Because they don't want a rivalry, bro. They don't want competition. They don't want nobody talking. But people that have been there, that have been at practice, that have been seeing what's going on, like JT and the Brick, like a lot of people have been mentioning, AOC looks good, man. It looks good. And it's not a bad thing. I don't know why everybody's acting like it's a bad thing. If our backup is pushing our starting quarterback, that's great in the NFL. That just means that if your backup, gets a chance to play, he's going to be ready. And there's not a big drop-off like it has been year after year after year. And I'm down with that shit. I'm down. Gino Smith is a little bit more pulled than quarterback AOC because he's a vet with experience. I mean, that's a fact. That's you're gonna get way more respect out of these rookies, out of these guys that have never done it before, when you've been there, done that. Now, I know Gino's only been to 1 playoff game, and yes, it didn't turn out very well at all. But other than that, right, he's won the division. They've been close. The 49ers, the Rams, it's a tough division. But I also broke down a couple weeks ago that the teams Gino Smith played over the last 4 years, Seattle's schedule was favorable as hell, bro. And I'll break it down again tomorrow. Bet that. Because now that I thought about it, I want to look at the who they played, where they were, and the teams they played. Because other than the teams in their division, the Cardinals, who are never good, the Rams, who were in the Super Bowl, and then, the Rams in the last 4 years? No, weren't in the Super Bowl. The 49ers, who've been back and forth to the Super Bowl, and then the Rams, who, are always decent, but have had struggles over the years. So you got to look at that too. And the NFC has not always been the toughest until the last couple of years, right? It's AFC. So I guess that's why the Raiders managed 2 times before. Said they would be aggressive for a quarterback, meaning Jaden Daniels, but then had AOC because AOC is a backup. Look, when you got Jaden Daniels, who the hell's not going to take a chance on that kid with the numbers he put up in college? The school he went to, right? He went to the same school as Joe Burrow, who put up the same numbers in college. Yeah, you're going to take a chance on that kid. Aiden OConnell was a 4th-round pick. We're forgetting that, right? Gino Smith was drafted in the 2nd round. I do believe. Damn, my nose is going to run. I got no toilet paper. You know, Gino Smith was drafted in the second round, bro. All I'm saying is look at the progressiveness, the progression of Aiden OConnell going into only his third year. So how long it took Gino to get it together in the NFL. Drafted in a second round to a fourth round pick who everybody's wrote off, who nobody's ever built a team around, who's nobody's ever given that chance. You keep saying, Toasty, that he's had his opportunity. He had an opportunity in a system that was built for Jimmy G. That was totally built for Jimmy G. He's not Jimmy G. He's not as mobile. He don't run out of pocket, right? He can't make plays. He can't run like that, like you say. We all knew that. But he came in that system and did pretty damn good with no, thrown into the fire. And then the next year, they go into a system that's built for another mobile quarterback, supposedly, and Gardner Minshew, who supposedly could get out of the pocket, make plays with his legs. You see a trend? You see a trend here? You see a trend here? Aiden OConnell wins us 2 of our only 4 games. Or 3? How many did he win for us? 3? 3 of the 4 games that we won? I'm just saying, man. That's all I'm saying. Like, we thought Gardner was going to be this because he can move, because he can run, he can do that. It didn't do shit. It didn't help us at all. It didn't help us one bit. And again, why wouldn't you go after the best the best quarterback in the draft? This year, same thing. I mean, there's a couple quarterbacks. Okay, there's one quarterback that I would have went after. There's 2 quarterbacks. The other one probably, third round that got picked up, I do believe, before Shador. Did Riley Leonard get drafted before Shador Sanders? I'm going to have to look that up. I forgot to mention that. Yo, bro, has got to come to a stop. You had AOC. I mean, I tried, but his girl was like, nah, bro. His girl was like, nah. Last year was disappointing that AOC wasn't the starter. This year, 100% all in for Gino. Facts. 100% facts. AOC better than Dart, Shug, and Sanders, LOL. I don't know. See, that's the thing, is all those guys can do the same thing Gino can, that Aiden can't. They can all run. So it's hard to compare guys. I'm talking about what they do at the line, in the pocket. Phone's about to die. Oh shit, you better plug that in. Your alarm won't go off tomorrow. Peace out, my guy. Appreciate you. Sorry, I'm not gonna read all these. I'm skipping down to all this shit. Let's keep it real. Other than Derek, who was average, and Rich Gaten hadn't had what? Oh, we haven't had a good quarterback in 20 years. At 2 a.m. in the morning, and some drinks, an ugly girl at the bar looks good, bro. That's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. AOC damn good. He still hasn't started over Jimmy Garoppolo. He did start over Jimmy Garoppolo. He did start over. Jimmy got benched for Aiden OConnell. What do you mean? And Minshew Mania got benched for him also. So, my guy Dark says, I get it. There are Aiden fans who want him to progress and take the step in his career. It would be great. Cinderella story. I mean, it would be a great Cinderella story, but, I ain't into Cinderella stories. I'm into making fucking nightmares. As Gruden would say. We waiting on Manning. That's why we haven't gotten a quarterback. Man, that's a three-year wait, bro. That's a 3-year wait. See why we gotta get crazy and sarcastic. I just don't get it. I don't get it. That's not even a comparison, bro. It's not even a comparison. But I would like to see, I would like to see an AI simulation what Aiden O'Connell could do in a Kansas City Chiefs system, or what he could do replacing Tom Brady and the Patriots, that would be some shit, bro. That would be some damn good shit. Because you can't compare a guy like Mahomes, who is with one of the best coaches in the history of the NFL, always has a running game, has a top 5 or 10 defense, has a top 15 offensive line, and a damn good running game, probably somewhere in the top 10 every single year since he's been there. Then you're going to compare that to the Raiders? Nah, bro, that's nonsense. It's nonsense. Nonsense. AOC knows his limitations, excellent traits for a quarterback, whether he's a starter or not. Facts, Frank Weber, 100%. No, nothing, bro. Salute my guy Dark again. I didn't know if I seen you. People want AOC to be the quarterback bad. It's crazy. That's not. See, you're not. I don't know. Are you drinking? What are you doing? Like, what are we doing here? I've never said I wanted Aiden O'Connell to be the starting quarterback. All I said is if Gino struggles, and this was weeks and months ago when we first got him, if Gino struggles, how many games does it take for y'all to be like, let's put in Aiden O'Connell, right? Is it 3 losses in a row? Is it 4? Is it 5? Because I heard somebody say, you know, if the Raiders lose 8 or 9 games, then it's time to put in Aiden O'Connell. Is that really y'all's expectations? Are y'all really willing to stick with Gino that long if we're not winning and our defense is killing it, but our offense is just struggling somehow? If that happens, I mean, that would be wild. But no, I've never said I wanted AOC to start. I said I didn't want Gino to I didn't want to trade a 3rd-round pick for Gino when we could have just went with Aiden O'Connell for $1 million, saved $65 million guaranteed, and $100 and something million in the process. Like, bro, come on. That's absolutely wild. This shit just go off and on again. I'm gonna fucking kill this thing. And all I said, man, is it would be nice, you know, if we could have a quarterback. What the fuck is happening on camera, bro? I know, camera went off. I don't know what the hell's going on. All I'm saying is it would have been great, right? For the team, for the franchise, to have a quarterback that can play, that could win us games with the weapons we have right now and the system we have, which is, you know, going to be fit for shit. A lot of quarterbacks that can win. Did my shit just get cut completely? What the fuck happened? What is going on here? Alright, well, I guess that's it, folks. So, yeah, again, I don't know what the fuck happened to the camera. 20 people in the building. Thank y'all for watching. I appreciate y'all. I'm not sure why people buy into this Aiden O'Connell news thing. No smoke or fire. It's just a smoke screen, in my opinion. It's not even really a smokescreen. Like, I've never said that. I've said Gino is the starter until he's not, right? It's his job to lose, which is, man, a lot of people and a lot of comments I'm not going to get to. Why in the fuck is my camera working, bro? Doesn't feel like I get kicked or something off of YouTube. Am I still on to y'all? Am I still on? This is so fucking stupid. It's just a black screen, bro. Fuck up. All right, man. As of now, Gino and Aiden have to have a fresh start with with Chip Kelly. Chip adapts to each quarterback's strengths and abilities, so of course both will look good, and that's a good thing to have. That's, good Lord, that's what I've been saying the whole time. That's what I've been saying the whole time. I've never said he was gonna beat out Gino. I never said he had a chance. I've said that he has a better chance of beating out Gino Smith than the Raiders do of winning the Super Bowl this year. I guarantee you, the Raiders' odds to win the Super Bowl are better than Aiden OConnell starting. The connection between Pete Carroll is way too strong with Gino Smith. There's no way, bro. I've argued this fact a million times, but peace out, dude. I guess I don't know. I'm gonna try this one more time with this fucking camera. It did this yesterday at this time, I do believe. But it's not the camera. YouTube just blacked me out. Maybe I said F word too many times. Who knows? Alright. Says it's connected. It's not connected. Hide. It's not connected. I'm dying here, bro. Add host. What?